Hello and welcome to Pandora Astrology's monthly horoscope for Leo. I'm Julia Mikas.
And I'm Jamie Kale Miller. If you're watching this horoscope because Leo is your sun sign, not your rising sign, then your birthday is coming up quite quickly, possibly even at the end of this month. So it's a really great time to just get in there as quickly as possible and get your solar return birthday reading for the year, which will give you a picture of what's coming this year in a big picture way and really prepare you to jump into the year and take charge of it and be the driver of it rather than just riding along on it. You can find a link for that in the description below, and Julia or I would be so happy to see you. Well, Leo, I want to talk about relationships. Uranus is the ruler of your relationship zone, which is Aquarius. Uranus rules Aquarius. That is your seventh house. It's your relationship zone. This is why you may find that you're attracted to those really intelligent, quirky, unusual people who can be kind of rebellious and reactive and distant at times. But when Uranus travels along through the 10th house, which is where he is right now, that puts you into a long-term phase of really having to work on your relationships with these quirky, unusual people that you like to hang out with. And it is a long-term journey. It's going on for about 7 years. And it's also this year beginning to draw to a close. You're in about year 6 of this. So doing the work on those relationships while Uranus is traveling along through your 10th house is important to do. Now, Jupiter is traveling along through your 11th house. And this really amps up your social life because the 11th house is the house of tribe and community, groups and people of like mind that you want to hang out with and that you feel contextualize you. And when Jupiter moves through the 11th house, your social life can really expand and improve. And you may find that you want to be more social. And that's really great because it's in those kind of social environments that you can more easily meet somebody that you might want to date or partner with, or you can go out with your partner into those social environments and reinforce and strengthen your relationship, therefore. So lots of community coming up for you this year. Now, Juno is traveling direct and fast. She has gotten back up to her usual speed, completely recovered from her retrograde period that happened earlier this year. She is the asteroid goddess of committed relationship. She is traveling along through your second house. And so there is this desire to have your committed relationship be more solid, more grounded in the real, more practical. And and committed relationships can move forward in a much better, smoother way while Juno is direct and fast. Now, early in the month, Neptune turns retrograde. Whenever a planet turns retrograde, we feel like things get a little tangled up, get a little snarled up. There's some obstacles that present themselves. Neptune is traveling through your eighth house. And so, what I want to tell you is beware of um, being deluded in your intimate connections. Like if you go out and you meet somebody and you just want to jump their bones right away without thinking about it, beware, because now is the time when you can be really mistaken, deluded, or fooled by people that you might want to be intimate with. Not to say that everybody in that area of your life is a bad actor, but keep your feet on the ground about it. And then the last thing I want to tell you is that Venus begins the month in the 12th house, which is great for your relationships because it softens you and it elevates the love that you project from personal love to universal love. It's a wonderful transit for making you more attractive for relationship. And then Venus will enter your first house July 11th, and that is a really great time for an upgrade to your personal style, for you to just show up as attractive as you can possibly be, get that new haircut, get that new piercing, update your wardrobe, whatever is appropriate for you, so that you can shine the light of your gorgeousness into the world. Julia, what's up with career and finance for all the Leos out there?
Yes, well, hey there, Leo. The planet that rules career for you is Venus, and she's entering your first house of self on the 11th. So after the 11th is going to be a fabulous time to promote yourself in your job. If you need to run your own business, maybe, or do something and strike out on your own in any way with your career or job, that's definitely the time to do it. Mars, the planet of drive, is still traveling through your 10th house this month, so you're putting a lot of your energy into your career. But you can also run into flare-ups and frustrations along the way, especially with any of your superiors who are ruled by the 10th house. Now, Ceres, the money asteroid, continues retrograde in your 6th house of work, and we'll return to that in just a moment. Ceres being the money asteroid in your 6th house of work is a time where you're really focusing on how you can squeeze as much money as you can out of the job that you currently are doing. Now, we're also going to be having a full moon in Capricorn on the 6th, a full moon in Capricorn in your 6th house of work on July 21st. So by the end of the month, there's some work project that you're finishing up. You're kind of putting the last touches on and maybe tying up with a little bit of a bow. Then when it comes to finance, on July 2nd, Neptune stations retrograde in your 8th house of other people's money and investments. So if you have money that you share with a business partner, with your romantic partner, or maybe investments, 401ks from your job, this is a time of disillusionment that you might be going through in terms of shared money. Maybe a bit of confusion of how all of this is working. And I did mention I'd come back to that Ceres retrograde. Well, we're having something called Financial Crisis Day, which we're all experiencing in our own way. And that's when the sun is exactly opposed Ceres while retrograde. And since this is happening in your 6th house around July 5th, this is going to be a time of review. Now, the 6th house is your job, but it's also all of your organizational systems. So are your organizational systems helping you enough with money? Is your job really going to get you where you want to be financially? These could be things that you're reviewing at this time. And finally, we have a direct Juno, which is going very fast in your 2nd house of income that you make. Now, Juno is a partnership asteroid. So this could be a really good time to think of how you can partner with somebody else to make more money this month.
Find our site at pandoraastrology.com to get a reading with one of us, and find us on Patreon for workshops and classes. And we'll see you around the cosmos.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.